Denver Police Department released a draft of its new use of force plan. The city's architectural history goes digital, and the city leadership pushes for better services for homeless Denverites. All this and more happening in your city now. I'm Paula Vargas, and this is YCN. After several high-profile abuse settlements, community outrage, and years of research, the Denver Police Department has released the draft of a new use of force policy. In addition to formalizing recent department policies such as de-escalation, the 10-page draft lays out acceptable use of various levels of force and what is no longer permitted. Of note is the classification of the so-called carotid compression technique, more commonly known as the chokehold, which infamously led to the death of Eric Garner, among other Americans in recent years. DPD's draft now classifies the chokehold as deadly force, not to be implemented unless the officer or innocent bystanders are under imminent threat. One possible sticking point is the language regarding acceptable use of force for crowd control. On this chart, DPD shows chemical munitions and less lethal weapons like rubber bullets as an acceptable use of force against a crowd that constitutes an unlawful assembly or a disruption to pedestrian or vehicle traffic. Read the whole document on DPD's website and share your comments on the draft plan. Chief of Police Robert White has committed to considering any recommendations submitted by February 5th. Discover Denver is aiming to make a digital record of Denver's brick and mortar history, and they just unveiled a new website featuring a few of the things they've discovered in Denver so far. One website addition is a compound of houses on South Fox Street. In 1927, thrifty German cobbler Henry Roth began construction on 5 South Fox Street, perhaps the first green builder or maybe just incredibly cheap. Roth scavenged materials from railroad yards and the neighborhood. He claimed to build his first house for only $100, but the single craftsman bungalow was just the beginning. Over the course of nearly 15 years, Roth and his family constructed sheds and structures used as bunkhouses for transit workers during the Great Depression, and eventually 3 full houses were grouped around a courtyard overgrown with lilac, elms, and other local flora. Check out more stories like Roth and his $100 wonder, or share your own knowledge of Denver's architectural history on discoverdenver.co. Last year, Denver invested $47 million to help those experiencing homelessness. Despite racking up some impressive statistics on people served, the city's homelessness issue is far from solved, and the city's leadership is looking to make every invested dollar count. At a recent committee meeting regarding the purchase of a new emergency shelter, City Council asked some tough questions on how and when Denver can do better for our most vulnerable citizens.
If we're going to invest in a building, it has been my view, and I've shared at this table before, that we should be doing better.
And when we configure the space, can we take into account, and I know you've already thought of this, some of the criticisms that we get when folks are left on the street or don't want to go into shelter is that it won't accommodate their special needs. They have a pet, they're a couple, or they might have a child with them. Is there a way, are we thinking of configuring this space so that we can address those specialized populations?
For a sec. The base is, I believe that throwing a desk in there and having someone who can do referrals, having computers set up, to be able to do job searches or whatever folks need to do. There are some very minimal things we could be doing to make better use of the space and time that people have without capital construction being involved. And I really hope that you do not wait until 2018 to do that.
Project leaders cited unknown cost and a desire to get things right before pushing ahead as the main obstacles to immediate implementation of some of City Council's requested services.
The longer we create a culture of a way a building and a way a program is created, that will set the expectations for folks about whether it's useful to go there and whether it's inviting to go there. And so the sooner we can change the paradigm of how we do shelter, the better, because then you don't get entrenched in bad habits and less than ideal practices.
Celebrate the life of Wild West legend Buffalo Bill on the 100th year anniversary of his death. Starting at 7 p.m., attend a candlelight vigil of his gravesite. Look for a new edition of Your City Now every Friday.